Thursday night football countdown. We're here to do it live. And we're going to talk about every Philadelphia Eagles start. They're all starts across the board. Full send. Green lit. We're going with everybody on the Philadelphia side of the football. The only play here, you can cross your fingers and hope that Hawkinson does something against this defense when Kirk Cousins is going to get worked over. He's down his center, potentially down another offensive lineman. We have to kind of wait on that report. He may play. He's active. But there could be two potential offensive line pieces out in this game against the best defensive line in football. Kirk Cousins is going to get destroyed. Alexander Mattison will get under. I've got the under on this. The high. I got the higher low. I'm going lower on Alexander Mattison on Underdog Fantasy. Promo code Smitty. Hit that link in the description. Use code Smitty. They'll match up to $100 in your first deposit. They'll double your first deposit up to $100. I'm going lower. I'm going lower on Alexander Mattison. 48.5 yards against the toughest defensive line in football. The Eagles are going to rout the Vikings to pieces. They're going to bounce back. Jalen Hurts is upset. And their pets' heads are falling off. They're walking into week 2 completely upset and ready to prove everyone wrong. If you didn't buy low on Jalen Hurts and you could have, say goodbye. Say goodbye to your opportunity to get Jalen Hurts because you're not going to get him cheap anymore. I had people running their mouth all week about how maybe he's not the real deal after all. He might have just been a one-year wonder. You could have had him for a 4th-round player if you wanted. You could have had him using Tua Tagovailoa, but you decided to wait and sit on your hands. Get ready for the explosion, the bounce back, the Philadelphia Eagle Fest on defense here. The Swift unveiling maybe. Let's see what your options are, but maybe we start DeAndre Swift. If it's not happening today, it may not happen at all, people. And if they're up big, maybe they use a lot of DeAndre Swift. Maybe they don't. It's so hard to know. A.J. Brown's going nuts. DeAndre Swift's going nuts. Goddard's going nuts. Now, I caution you that this is Thursday Night Football, and this always seems to disappoint us in some way, shape, or form. But I've got to think that Philly is so upset right now, they're going to obliterate the Minnesota Vikings tonight. And it all starts right now.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios.
It's the Fantasy Football Show.
Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
From the FantasyFootballShow.com news desk, here is your breaking news.
The breaking news is that the Vikings are not only out their center, but they're certainly looking like they're banged up on the offensive line on top of that, or maybe out another offensive lineman. We're waiting on news on this one. But the Vikings are going to get worked by the best defensive line in football in the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles have the best offensive line in football, and maybe they didn't play like it in week 1. And I know people are going to run their mouth about it and say, oh, the Eagles maybe aren't the same team. You think what you want. You think what you want, Bob. I'm going to go with this side of the fence, and obviously I'm not sitting JJ, but across the board, this should be a very, very good outing. And like I said, on Underdog Fantasy, promo code Smitty, where they'll double up to $100 on your first deposit. Double your first deposit up to $100. Play Underdog Fantasy. Here's that link right now. I just dropped it. Let me pin that link in the live chat here, and go ahead and allow you guys to click on that and get in on some of this action. I even have my favorite 5 contest pick 'em right here. So we're going to go through that in just 1 second. But let me go ahead and pin this link so you guys can click on it. Underdog Fantasy, promo code Smitty. It is pinned. So get involved in the higher low action because it's so fun, bro. It's so fun. Not to mention you can still draft, and we probably will. I assume tonight after the game when we do the post-game show, we'll do a week 2 draft. You know, the main slate Sunday games. but I fully expect this man to have 2 or 3 scores at minimum tonight. I think 1 rushing touchdown, maybe 2 rushing touchdowns, at least 1 passing touchdown. A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith's going to get a score. They're both going over, let's say, 80 yards, and DeAndre Swift breaks off a big run. If he doesn't tonight, he probably will never be in any of our lineups ever again, and I understand why. And I get it. I want to write him off myself. Like right now, I'm really, really like nervous about putting him. I'm a nervous Nelly. I am. In a couple of my leagues, I'm rolling with him. And the options are okay. They're mediocre. They're not amazing. But it's like, this guy, this is it. This is the night. With Kenny Gainwell out, Kenny Gainwell is out. This is the opportunity for DeAndre Swift to be used. They traded for him. As Steve Smith said in the pregame, they traded for him. Why did they trade for him? If they traded for him, they have to want to use him. Maybe they just got all jostled in week 1. They didn't get a chance to game script him in, and it was just a bad scenario to try and deploy him. Tonight, you got to think they planned for it. Things were not jiving and were not cohesive in week 1. They've got to be looking to make a change. How do you make a change? Playmakers. You're playing the Vikings right now. They're no walk in the park, but this is set up to be a lambasting for sure. And I think the Eagles want to make sure they top it off and they get their star players, their electric players, their elusive players, the football to give breathing room to Jalen Hurts so he can do Jalen Hurts type things. All right. So here's my Underdog Fantasy promo code Smitty hires on my 5-player contest here. 20 times multiplier. Every $5 of this would be $100. So if I put 10, that's going to be $200. If I put 15, that'll be $300. If I put $20 down to get all 5 of these right, I'm going to win $400. I'm going higher on Jalen Hurts rushing touchdown of 0.05. So one rushing touchdown is all you need for Mr. Hurts, and you obviously hit that one. DeAndre Swift, 7.95 fantasy points. I think he gets that. I think tonight he has over 7.95 fantasy points. That's not even a lot to ask. Alexander Mattison, under. The lower of the 48.5 rushing yards. Lower against the best defensive line in football. And not to mention, the Vikings are down center, potentially. I believe they're out left tackle, but we'll have to see if he's questionable but active. We'll have to see how decimated this is. Even so, he's banged up. This is a banged up offensive line trying to block against the best defensive line in football. Alexander Mattison, who didn't even look efficient in week 1, who's sharing carries anyway, is going to get gobbled up and destroyed, and this is why he was fool's gold, I believe, at his ADP. Not that I don't like Alexander Mattison, not that I haven't loved Alexander Mattison in the past, not that DeAndre Swift and Alexander Mattison might even have different value walking out of this game. They could both be garbage. I understand that. But this guy right here, Madison, probably ain't doing anything tonight. I'm taking the lower on the 48.5. Kirk Cousins against this defense. I know they're going to be down and throwing the ball, but it's about ball control. 3 and outs, okay? Kirk Cousins, 38 passing attempts. I don't think so. I'm going lower. And Jordan Addison, 42.5 receiving yards. I know a lot of people are excited about him. I'm going to go lower on that. That's the only one I'm a little bit questionable on. I would maybe say if you could swap that one out for, let's say, a A.J. Brown higher. You know, in fact, let's do a little bit of a hedge on this one. And I'll just say like 38 at passing attempts. I'll go lower on that one, okay? Alexander Mattison, lower on the 48. I'm going to continue to do that. Jefferson, I'm not going to touch the Jefferson one. So I'll leave Addison out of this one. And I'll just shimmy on down to the DeAndre Swift 7.5 higher. Got that one. Let me go back over to the A.J. Brown, 74 yards. We'll go higher on that bad boy. And then we'll go to the rushing touchdown on Jalen Hurts. Where's that one at? I'm going to continue with that one. Rushing touchdown. Okay, so I'm going to drop this one right now, and I'll put it up on screen here. Let me go ahead and screenshot this before I submit it, and this will be the one I think that hedges that one. So I'll feel pretty good about the fact that I've got, two different options here in case, let's say, Addison in garbage time and trying to come back in this thing ends up, ruining that entire 5-player contest. So I'm going to go ahead and submit this one, and I'm going to put this on the screen here. Let's go. Okay, here we go. Here's the alternate version of it. If anybody wants to try that without Addison, if you think Addison's going to get fed today, that's okay. I understand that. That's why I'm doing a second one, is I kind of feel like there's that possibility. So here's the second one. Again, $10 on this gets you $200. $5 gets you $100 if you get all 5 of them right. This is Underdog Fantasy, promo code Smitty. They'll double your first deposit up to $100. And this is my second one. A.J. Brown, higher than 74.5 receiving yards. Madison, under 48.5 against the best rushing defense, or the best defensive line in football. And they're also banged up on the offensive line. And he's sharing carries. So Alexander Madison, I don't think sniffing 48.5 yards. Swift, 7.95 is not a lot to ask. 1 rushing touchdown, not a lot to ask. I think he runs in 1 or 2. Cousins, under 38.0 passing attempts because ball control. They just won't have, they'll have 3 and outs the whole entire game, in my opinion. Okay, so here we go. Things always are different than they seem. Things always play out differently than you think. Thursday nights have been historically disappointing, so understand all that. If I had to nail down one of these and say, okay, some of these might go a different way, I would say that, yeah, this one might be my favorite given the offensive line being banged up, the center being out, given it's the number 1 defensive line in football, and Madison crapped the bed, essentially, and I don't believe in him being the starter there anyway. This feels like my favorite of them all. So I'm going to put that one right here if you had to roll with one. Super chats, let's get to them as quick as we can heading into this kickoff here. Appreciate everybody being here. Thank you so much. Avi with the first super chat of the night. Avi, thank you. Appreciate you. First super chat always gets a standing O. Swift, Javonte, Zay Flowers need 2 of 3. Probably going... God, Zay's a lock. I mean, he shouldn't even be in this question. It's really who you starting in the one spot, Swift or Javonte. Look, Javonte's sharing carries still. I don't know if that's going to change this week and him become more of like a 70% volume controller. I would say Swift is a high-risk, high-reward play. Javonte's safer. If you need kind of a swing, I would go Swift, but you could be extremely disappointed. I know you know what you're dealing with here in terms of the risk level, but just know that. Starting Swift, A.J. Brown, Addison, yeah, I don't hate that. Like, it depends on who the Addison alternative is, but I like everything else you got going on there. Space Ricky, Cousins tonight, or Watson Monday. I think you pretty much got an indication that I'm going Watson, my guy. I don't think I'm going Cousins tonight. This is a Thursday game, and he's playing probably his worst nightmare, especially with the injured offensive line and center out. Fumbleitis, all kinds of... There's going to be at least one fumble recovery at the line of scrimmage in some sort of botched handoff or some sort of botched snap in this game. At least one. I'm tempted. The question is, can I ask you guys a question? Would you start the Dallas D or the Philadelphia Eagles defense? Because I got both of them in that league where I'm streaming all 3. The Niners, I'm streaming the top 3 defenses, and I don't know which one to start. I don't know if I need to start the Dallas D, because how do you sit them? You can't really, right? I got them in there right now. But Philly's going to work over the Vikings. I don't know what to do there. I'm curious to know what you guys think. Are you just going to roll with Dallas, or are you going to say, give me some of that Philadelphia Eagle action tonight? You tell me what you think. Swift tonight or Brees? God, I don't think I could sit. Yeah, Dallas D. That's what I got in there, but I'm so tempted. I'm so tempted, because you're sitting there, you're looking at the game right in front of you. You're like, I want to have somebody playing tonight. The number one rule in fantasy football is never start a player because you get to watch them. Never start a player because they're playing Thursday night. It almost always backfires. Almost every single time. Every single time. It almost backfires. It's just the laws of fantasy football physics. Swift tonight or Brees? Brees is the safe play, bro. There's no answer here, Overcome. I wish I could give you one. There's not one. I could lie to you and just pick one, or I could be honest with you and say that I would be sitting there until kickoff with my finger on the button. Let's go to the chat and see what the chat thinks. Do you go Swift or do you go Brees Hall? against a very, very tough Dallas defense in a sharing role until he gets unveiled. What do you guys think here? What do you guys think here? What do you guys think here? Rush says, can't you mods tell somebody to move you up? Move you up to what, Rush? I got super chats galore here. I don't know if you super chatted or something. First super chat, $20 super chats get helped immediately. So that's your first way in the door. I mean, I got to get through them, bro. Order them which they're received. Swift tonight or Brees? Can I get a vote on this? We're getting a lot of Swift votes. Overcome. The chat says Swift. I mean, someone said Bryce Hall. I don't know if I'd go Bryce Hall. Bryce Hall's like safer, but like how much safer in a sharing role against the Dallas defense? I'd probably say if I'm a gambling man, I'd probably go with Swift. But bro, I hate that decision. I hate it. I don't even know. I think I'd be wavering right up until the final second. That's such a tough call. You know what? I don't think I could sit Hall. I'm going to overcome. I'm going to say I start Brees Hall. I'm not sitting Brees Hall.
Get Brees.
I'm not sitting Brees Hall. I hate to say that, and then Swift goes out and finally does it, and we're excited and we're celebrating it, and then overcome. You're going to be sitting there going, you're not going to even want to watch the stream. You're going to be at the post game. If Swift goes nuts and we're celebrating, you're going to be sitting there going, why did I play Brees Hall? But I mean, that's the risk you run. I can't even tell you, bro. I can't even tell you what I would do here. I don't even know what I would do here. This is a tough call. Yeah. Okay. Next question here from Alex. Alex says Saquon, Devontae Smith, and Puka, or Gibbs and Jamar. Saquon, Devontae Smith, and Puka, or Gibbs and Jamar. I'm thinking Gibbs and Jamar in a millisecond. Alex, take a lap for even asking on that one, to be honest. But if you pull that off and you get that Gibbs Jamar Chase side, you need to take a victory lap, and pat yourself on the back, broski. Appreciate you. Okay, 2 flex wide receiver Ridley, Amon-Ra, Debo, Dotson. I dropped Sky Moore for Puka. Should I pick up Sky Moore back up and drop Dell? No, I think I would keep Dell over Puka. I'm sorry, keep Puka. Keep Dell over Sky. They plan to use him a whole lot more, broski, so hang tight, okay? Flowers and Kelly for Hall. I would take Hall in a millisecond and almost take a lap for even asking, but take a victory lap is really what I'm telling you to do.
Got him.
Unbelievable if you pull that out, bro. I highly doubt that's real, to be honest. Thoughts on Kendre Miller versus Chase Brown in PPR? I'd rather have Chase Brown. Kendre Miller's kind of crapping his opportunity away. You know, I know he's injured. He can't help it, but, you know, here he is. Or he's been injured. He's been banged up. He's been, like, missing time. He missed a big part of opportunity to grab the job. I'm not saying he's necessarily out now. I'm just saying this is not – he kind of crapped his opportunity away. So definitely hang tight. Rush, I got you coming up, bro. Rush, I'll put you right here. Okay, Rush got a $10 hauler. Smitty, don't ask for much, but I need you now. Was offered Waddle for my Adams. I would take Waddle over Adams, bro. So there you go. But it's close. It's arguable, but give me Waddle. I don't like Adams. What makes you think I like Adams more out of week 1 than I did all offseason when he didn't really even do anything in week 1? Now, I know Waddle crapped the bed, but go ahead and go for it, bro. Smitty, you skipped my super chat. But did I? Young? Would you drop Tank Dell for Kyron Williams? Did I? Would you drop Tank Dell for Kyron Williams? I did. Thank you, Young. I'm sorry. Young to the moon. Young to the moon. To the moon. I'm sorry, Young. I swear I saw yours. I guess I did put it on and I got off it. I'm sorry. Would I drop Tank Dell for Kyron? He plays the Niners this week. He's not going to help you this week. So I'd leave Tank Dell on my roster. Kyron feels a little fool's goldish. Puka, Swift, Elijah Moore, full PPR. Give me Puka for safety, rock out. But if you want a dice roll tonight, you need something big. You're projected to be like 35% chance of winning or something. I mean, roll the Swiftmeister out and just let's do some damage. You know what I'm saying? Like it feels like a fun play. KSO, Pollard, Ayuk for Bijan DK. I'm taking Bijan DK, but it's arguable. It's very, very close. Bijan DK for me. I still think Bijan's going to be an absolute beast, bro. And I know a lot of people are like, he's kind of a good buy low right now. People are a little bit hesitant. Just a little itty bitty hesitation Javonte Williams or Jamal Williams? You got to be clear, Lunchbox. Jay Williams, we got 2 of them, man. We got 2 of them. Jameson Williams even. We got 3 of them. We probably have 5 of them. What are we doing? Jay Will. Javonte Williams, Madison, Pacheco, Gus. Need 2. I'm going to go Javonte and Pacheco. Javonte Pacheco. If that's Jamal Williams, I'd probably go Jamal Pacheco. I'm not starting Madison tonight. Madison's my bench of the week practically. Looking at this right here, 48.5 yards he can't get over. Should I trade Garrett Wilson for Pacheco and Flowers? No, that's a little low. I was a little low. I love Flowers, but that's a little low, my broski. I appreciate you. Rush, you dropped a $10 hauler, and I appreciate you, but you said, Smitty, I know I love your monologues, but you got to take my super. Rush, everybody here needs help. You know what I'm saying? Everybody here needs help, Rush. Okay? We all can't just drop for you. Okay? I appreciate your $10 hauler. You get a moonshot, but you're also taking a lap. Okay, appreciate you though, Rush. You know I do, but like you got to relax, bro. The world doesn't revolve around Rush. It's pretty close to revolving around you, but not fully. Start Swift of Puka PPR. Over Puka PPR. I have Devontae Smith also. Of course you're starting Devontae Smith. Again, this is Rock Out's question, same thing. Puka is safer, Swift is higher risk. If you need a swing Bryson, I would go with Swift. If you need safety, go with Puka. I can't really fully know, what you need, what you think you need. Goddard or Henry. I'm going Goddard. You're going Goddard against the Vikings, bro. It's going to be a good day. And Robinson, QB Robinson or Tua or Fields. QB Robinson or Tua or Fields. Bro, you can't. What are we talking about, Robinson? Is this a flex question? I don't know what you're. Charles, can you clarify what we're talking about here? If between Fields and Tua, I'm going to say trust your gut on it. I mean, Tua had an amazing day. I don't know how you sit Tua, but at the same time, I think Fields is going to bounce back. I think it's probably safest to go Tua in week 2. Let Fields do his thing. They're probably going to be very close anyway. If you want a big home run swing, you could go Fields. But Tua certainly, wiggled his way into the same start play projection for week 2. Like, I would say that's not an unwise decision to go Tua for week 2. Let it play out. And once Fields pops, you got yourself a dilemma. You got to trade one of them, I think, to improve your team somewhere. Dotson or Pickens. I'm probably going Pickens this week, but I love both of them. I think they both bounce back in a major way, my broski. Got offered Carr and Najee for Pickens and Watson. Carr and Najee for Pickens. I don't know if this is a super flex or what, but Carr and Najee for Pickens and Watson. I would drop Carr since I have Herb. Okay, love. So basically, it's Najee for Pickens and Watson. You know what? I probably say no. I feel like the Steelers maybe want to get Jalen Warren involved, and I feel like you could do something different. If you need an RB badly, and you're saying might offer Watson and Pickens for more and Najee. What do you mean more and Najee? Like you would get DJ Moore. If you get DJ Moore, I'm on board with that. If you get DJ Moore, I'm all good to go, bro. I'm all good to go. MJ Ski with a super chat with nothing attached. MJ, appreciate you. I'll try and go look for something, or you drop another one with the message in it. I give Saquon, Garrett Wilson for Tyreek and Hall. Saquon, Garrett, take Tyreek and Hall, and you got him.
Got him.
And take a victory lap on top of a lap for not smashing that ahead of time. Now, if you cook that up, you're probably going to get a rejection, just so you know. This one, we got this one right here. Let me put all these on screen here. Parker, appreciate your super chat. Overcome, so swinging for the fences. Swift, my guys. Okay, put Swift in, bro. I'm going to be riding with Swift. So we'll be riding and dying together, bro, in some leagues. I mean, I don't know if I would sit Breece Hall myself, but look, it is a fun home run swing, and, it's just like we're trusting a lot of people that are not the coaches in the team suggesting that he's going to be used tonight. That's the one thing we got to worry about. You know what I mean? Like, we're going off of a lot of chatter and we're getting excited about it, and we're using logic, and they aren't necessarily using logic up in that mug. They're not necessarily doing what we would do, which is play the guy you traded draft capital for and decide to use the man that has the electric ability to take the football house anytime he touches the football. We are not the coaches. We are in a position where we're at the mercy of these decision makers that continue to from one team to the next. And someone could say there's something about Swift, but I don't know that I'm hearing that. So it's an awfully crazy situation for sure. Guys, just to let you know, we're at a warning of missing some of these super chats getting hit in time because the kickoff is happening very, very soon. So I'm getting through them as quick as I can. 12 team, 0.5 PPR, 2 wide receivers, 1 flex, Herbert. Let's see here. Do I trade Eckler for Diggs? Probably I would, because Eckler's banged up, and he could be banged up for a couple weeks, man. I don't think Eckler plays this week. We'll be doing a wrap-up show where we'll probably lead with Eckler as well as a potential out for this week. Thinking I can run Brown and Diggs and supplement with a running back. I have thoughts. Yeah, I would do that, bro. I would do that. And thank you for the $20 super chat. You are the man. Appreciate you.
Alert. Super chat alert.
I'm sorry for a little bit of the short celebration on the $20 hauler. All $20 haulers get immediately help, just so you guys know, in case somebody's in dire need. Full PPR, T-Law, Pollard, Damian Pierce, Chase, Ridley. Who do you start? Any trades you should make going up against CMC, Mahomes, and Kenneth Walker? Okay, so, T-Law, Pollard, Pierce, Chase, Ridley, that's easy. Laporta, and then your Algier, your bench, Breece Hall. So, yeah, Algier is your safest flex play, I believe, but it's hard to sit Hall, but I can understand that. Algier's safer, but if you need a swing, it is Dallas. I get it, but Breece Hall can pop off, as you saw, any play at any moment. So it would be hard for me to sit Breece Hall over Algier, to be honest. But I believe Algier is the safer play. If you want safety, there you go. You're waiting on Christian Watson. If Christian Watson's a go, you might want to throw him in instead of Algier. But just make sure you're not hearing snap count, things like that. We'll know later in the week too. But that's who you play. As for trades, I like what you got, man. I don't know that I mess around or tinker with this too much unless you're going to upgrade Pierce using Christian Watson once he's back, but you got to wait. Upgrading Pierce using Roschon once he pops off, but you got to wait. If this is one QB, I don't see Superflex anywhere. Love and Pierce for a slight upgrade. You know what I'm saying? Like the Walker owner, going after that. ETN, get ETN. Things like that make a lot of sense to me. Or upgrade your flex using Love. Love and potentially Algier. You could even go to the Bijan owner and try and get some sort of Debo or Devontae Smith before tonight's game, as an example, or Waddle. Those would all be moves that I think would be fantastic for you to make. And let me put these super chats on screen, and I'm going to get to them as fast as I can. There's a chance, guys, that this is going to cut it close. I think we usually get through them before kickoff, but I'm just letting you know that we're running up against it. So anybody super chats, I totally appreciate you, and I will do my best to answer the question in time, but we're going full PPR, trade Garrett Wilson for Devontae Smith. Yes, go get Devontae Smith. That's a situation where you back into a little bit safer option, and that's fine. But don't freak out. That's not freaking out. That's a good trade. Who am I taking a shot on to take that Juju rule of last season? My gut says Rice, but Sky and Tony. Tony's still going to get one more crack at least, and I think maybe he delivers, but Rice feels safest, but I'm going to go with Tony. Gut says Rice. Okay, I know you have Tony ranked $1 above him. Yeah, it's really close. On those rankings, too, it's really, really tough and close. And sometimes I look at them and I change them the moment I see them, so I always change my rankings. If I go into my rankings now, I could change 10,000 things in it, just looking at it one time. Who should I start at running back 2, Pierce or Sanders? Go Pierce. Pierce all day. Don't discredit this guy. One flex. Need 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, 1 flex. Hall, Javonte, Herbert, Charbonnet. This is a tough one, bro. 12-team PPR. Need 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, 1 flex. Hall, Javonte. 2. This is so tough, bro. So I'm on Raw in a Lave, obviously. Okay, those are your 2 wide receivers. Your running backs are probably going to be Hall and Javonte or Hall and Herbert. And then your 1 flex is probably going to be I would make it, honestly, I would make it London. No, I'd make it Dotson. I'm not giving up on Dotson after 1 week, and I still think he has a day. London, we're still a little bit unsure of the distributing of the football and how they're going to pass, but, I mean, they're going to run a ton. But I think I'd go Dotson. Start Brees, Puka, Swift, London. Again, this is the same question we're getting over and over. It's like Brees is your home run hitter that is a little riskier. Swift is your risky. It seems like he's going to get a lot of work, but we just freaking don't know. Like, I'm probably starting Brees Hall because I just can't sit him. I don't care who he's playing. But Swift is a crafty, big swing if you need one, and it might serve you well. It's just there's a lot of risk you got to understand, and we'll be celebrating Swift if he does well, so understand that. London or JSN full PPR? London or JSN full PPR? I'm probably going rest of season. I'm going to go London, but I do love JSN. I think he climbs into that territory. I think he really does. But you got to go London for now. We're not giving up on London after 1 week. Okay, would we sit him in a certain scenario? Sure, you've seen that tonight with some questions, but I'm not giving up on him. Swift at flex tonight over Garrett Wilson and Pacheco. Not Garrett Wilson, bro, but I mean the matchup against Dallas is brutal, but I don't know. They can give up plays, you know what I mean? I guess I would go Garrett Wilson and Pacheco for safety, and if you wanted to be a crazy freaking Caleb and just go wild Bill, I mean, Swift and Pacheco or Swift and Garrett Wilson, very, very tough. It looks like they're kicking off here. Guys, I'm trying to get to these as soon as I can. Drop Njoku for Laporta. Yes, go get Laporta. This one right here, 2 wide receivers, A.J. Brown and C.D. Lamb. 2 running backs are Pollard and Gibbs. Who do I start at flex, Ayuk or Hall? Ayuk safer. This one right here, Trey Ridley and Kenneth Walker versus Stephon Diggs. Ridley and Kenneth Walker, hell no, bro. Ridley's like right there with Diggs. Like, did you forget what he did in week 1? Don't do that. Don't trade away Ridley and then give Walker away for free. Okay, so we're getting close to kickoff here, and we're super flex 12-man AR Ridley, Scary Terry for Burrow and Ayuk. I'd rather have Burrow and Ayuk, but it's very, very close. Kickoff is happening. Dak or Zay? Give me Zay Jones, Dak, and for Fields all day long. Come on, Fields all day long. Kickoff happened. Got 5 players playing tonight. Hoping it doesn't bite me in the butt. Okay, appreciate your super chat. Glad I didn't miss a question in that. Thank you. K Woods, trade Geno, Ridley, Swift. Too late for this. K Woods for Fields and Debo. You know I would have said. You don't know what I would have said, do you? I have Burrow as my QB1 and Olave. Well, if you already have a QB and it's not a super flex, why would you, unless you could flip it, but I mean, probably not going to do that. I mean, if you can't use can't use 2 quarterbacks, I wouldn't do it. And I don't know that you can flip it. Barkley for Brees Smith. Who the hell's Brees Smith, bro? Barkley for Brees Hall and Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith catching a football. Barkley for Brees and Devontae Smith. Garrett Wilson for Moore and Lockett. I take Garrett Wilson over Moore and Lockett. I take Brees Hall and Devontae Smith over Barkley in a millisecond. Sorry, Chubbs. I tried to get to you in time, bro. It is hard to do that. Lockett for Watson. I take Watson in a millisecond. And looks like we didn't miss too many questions for tonight. Thank God. Gibbs, Walker, Charbonnet, Swift. Oh, this is one. I mean, Gibbs and Walker, bro. Swift is your third, but I have him over Connor for sure. And then this one right here, half PPR got offered Jacobs and Olave for Ridley and Stevenson. You got it. There's pros and cons if you believe in Jacobs. If you believe in Jacobs, the Olave side is going to be, equal. Because Ridley and Olave are really washes. Let's take them out. I even like Ridley a tiny bit more. So Stevenson over Jacobs for me. So give me the Stevenson side with Ridley, bro, all day long. And then the final super chat, and we're all caught up here. Smitty, do I trade Pierce and Goddard? Well, the game started, bro, DeVar. So do I trade Pierce? I mean, you could hit the button and it wouldn't necessarily go through. But Pierce and Goddard for Gibbs? Of course you do. Why would you not take Jahmyr Gibbs He's going to explode. Mini little take a lap moment, DeVar. You know how I feel about Gibbs. You know that Goddard's not going to move the needle for me. Pierce is down in like the 6th round right now in terms of value. I hope you smashed it, DeVar. I hope you smashed it. Smitty approved that Gibbs side. Okay, so we're all caught up on all the super chats. We cut it close. Couple people we didn't quite get to them. Sheesh, thank you for the $20 hauler in time, but you know, we almost got there. We'll go live a little bit earlier on Thursday nights to make sure we get a little bit more time to do some Thursday night start bench stuff. So appreciate you all. And we've got, how many people are in the building here? 311. We're going to go watch the game. Appreciate you joining me for this. It's Superflex, says K Woods. What is that question then, K Woods? You're telling me you can get, let me go find K Woods' question. You're telling me you can get Fields. Let's see, Woods' question. Did you say, oh, it is Superflex, okay. Trey Gino, Ridley, you did, you have Superflex in there in big capital letters, my bad. Trey Gino, Ridley, Swift for Fields and Debo. If that's Superflex, bro, Fields is a freaking home run. So there's not even a hesitation in my mind. If you can make Fields your QB2 over Gino, who also crapped the bed, might I remind everyone, I would take that in a millisecond. I hope you pulled it off. I hope you pulled it off. And if you have to push the button now and it goes through next week, so be it, K Woods. But you do that trade and you do it now. You do it now. Now.
You've just been Smitty approved.
Okay, let's. I'm gonna watch a couple plays here. Let's hopefully Swift is utilized here. Is he in the game right now? He looks like he's in the game. Come on, hand the ball off to him. Swift might have held. Devontae Smith, baby! Devontae Smith doing work. Okay, so DeAndre Swift, I believe, was in the game, and he gave a crucial little block there. You know, it almost was a little block in the back or potential holding, but he did help that play get executed. He's in the game. They throw it to A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown with about a 2-3 yard gain. It's a quick throw, quick release. Jalen Hurts and the Eagles look smooth, look ready to go. They look poised. They're ready to rumble. Finn's Fanatic put a question mark. I don't know what that means. Finn's Fanatic, did you drop another super chat? Lockett for Watson, hard to move. I mean, I did already say that, bro. I said Watson by a mile. I'm not a big fan of Lockett. Second down and goal. Thank you for the second super chat, but I did handle that. I did do that one. Let's go. Hand off to Swift. Come on. Gain of 1. That's right. Third down. Swift's been in the drive pretty much the whole drive. Swift's been in the game the whole drive. He's been in there every snap. Okay. I saw someone says Swift TD run, and I'm a little delayed on YouTube here. You better be freaking. I think you're wishful thinking. Damn it. Thought maybe that was something that happened and you were telling me. Hurts, rushes, no go, field goal. Appreciate you all. I hope I'm ecstatic and screaming and yelling as soon as I end this live stream and Swift scores at some point. Appreciate you all. I will see you after the game for a wrap-up show. Thank you all. DJ Moore, Pickens, give me DJ Moore.